So tell me your seeking story, Tim.
Yeah, I can sum it up in a nutshell because the first 30 something years, have been kind of a classic seeking story. And I would say in the last like 5 years, I got into non-duality and kind of embodied awakening, so to speak. And there was that point where it felt like all the efforting and seeking is just, wow, like just checkmate. Like I can't get there, and can't get here, and and then the embodied awakening community I was a part of, which is a really cool place, and some non-duality teachers were all saying like, "There's awakening there," uh, and I'm like, "I believe you. I just don't really recognize it myself." Uh, and it's really challenging feeling. And so it feels like I've gone on another seeking journey. Originally, it was seeking awakening, and then people were like, "That's happened," and now I'm seeking anyway. So it's very bizarre and uncomfortable, and I just like hanging out with people like yourself. I've listened to a lot of your videos, and just being in the company of, I guess, folks like yourself. And that's all I know to do these days. And that kind of sums it up.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. So are you saying that you were like you did the spiritual seeking and then you like had an awakening, or you were told that you were already awake and then you're
I
trying to figure out what that means? Is that what I'm hearing? Or
had
which
an
one?
awakening
Okay.
and was told, and there's a, like, in a way, I can recognize how different things have been, and sort of a small experience that I just can't put words to, right? But and then those teachers have like a process to recognize awakening, right? And so they said, yeah, no doubt. And then meeting with other different non-duality type, more like specific to non-duality type teachers, guides, or whatever, seem to acknowledge that as well. And so it's like, but it's just been really hard of a internal experience, and my external, everything's kind of just been a mess and uncomfortable, and nothing really like, I'm still waiting for it to happen, right? Like that's what it feels like. Uh, and that kind of feels like a hamster ball or wheel again. And so yeah, does that clarify it better?
Sure, yeah. So what are you seeking for?
I guess the truth would be relief. Um, I call it all these different names, right? Like freedom or liberation or enlightenment or whatever. But I don't really know what that is, so I don't even know what I would really be seeking. But I think I can honestly say this sense of being like contracted and separate just sucks. and it always has. And so seeking relief, I think, would be honest.
Yeah, thanks for sharing.
Yeah,
So, what are you without the past and the future right now?
don't know.
What doesn't know?
Hard to say, but it seems like the sense of someone doesn't know. But it's just seems like thinking or believing
So, what do you believe right now?
that this is uncomfortable and stuck.
And what are you
That
without that belief?
great question.
What are you without all your beliefs?
I don't know.
How are you feeling?
Nice. There's a kind of a, I don't know the right words, but a nice feeling of kind of relaxation, I guess, but it's definitely beyond those words. But and then like thoughts trying to formulate something that
So where's the I right now? Where's the I that's on a spiritual path right now?
I can't find anything tangible.
Hmm. Anything missing right now?
Nah,
Mm. So what's there to seek for?
it's weird. It's like at the same time there's wholeness, and then there's also that like thought loop where it's like this isn't it. You got to go find it, and then that hurts, and then that seems convincing. But
Yeah. So what are you without the next?
hmm, Funny how important that seems.
right?
How am I going to get there without the next?
Yeah, right. And there's something here right now that's already awake,
Yeah.
right? It's not half awake. It can't be more awake. Can you find a self that's awake, or can you just find awake?
Just awake.
Yeah. But it's like a dimensionless awake.
Mhm. Dimensionless. Yeah.
Good. Doesn't
Yeah. And
require a journey.
no, the it's like the journey became not covering that over, and so it's like this weird reverse seeking. Uh, that's what the thoughts. That's where the thoughts go. It's like
Hmm.
um, even though it's obviously always right here and more or less awake doesn't make any sense. Funny, it automatically is like, all right, we need to get there.
Right. So what are you without that thought? What are you without the next?
Dimensionless without the next. And then witnessing faintly, like the thought world, like that is our whole thing is built upon that.
Yeah. Yeah. But what are you without language? It's not in the words, right?
Hmm.
It's not in the words and it's not in the next. This silence is always here.
Yeah,
Right? The relief is here. It's not in the next.
yeah,
And so these stories about awakening and spiritual attainment just stop making sense because they're just concepts,
hmm.
right? They're just food for the mind.
Yeah,
Because in the attempts to realize them, they in essence veil or distract from what's already here.
yeah, yeah. It's very clear.
Yeah.
Can feel like what I would call fear, like a little,
Okay.
but it's sort of like the operating system bugging out. Uh,
Yeah.
like I don't really feel fear, but
I understand. Like you don't feel afraid, but there's a sensation kind of there, you mean?
yeah, sensation
Yeah.
and kind of like I guess it's just thinking really, where it's the thinking's like protesting, you know?
Yeah. 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 So even take away the word fear, take away the reference to time.
No time is nice.
Yeah. So where's Tim right now?
No, no real Tim found like that. You see it in your peripheral and look, and then it's not there, kind of.
Exactly. It's just this assumption that we don't question, that we don't think to look at or,
Yeah,
yeah, discern.
yeah. It's very interesting. Like the stillness reveals that like little self-reflective bubble that you can't. But in it, it seems so real, um,
Yeah.
and solvable. It's
Yeah.
definitely not solvable. It doesn't need to be.
Like the questions are a drug, right?
Hmm.
And then you
Yeah,
get an answer, and then you get more questions, and then you get an answer, and then more questions, right? And you
totally.
think you're getting somewhere,
You really do.
right? You're on your spiritual journey. But what's here that doesn't require a journey?
This doesn't. Uh, it's so clear that the journey covers over, and yet how automatic and innocent that whole I gotta get there. Uh,
Yeah.
the question drug has like a trick where it seems like it's really heading somewhere.
Hmm. Exactly. But it's just imagination.
Yeah.
And there's no one there asking either. It's just an empty thought, an empty question,
Yeah.
right? With no person behind it. Just a program, an impersonal program,
Very impersonal.
right?
Um,
And it says I. And
it's funny.
so it assumes itself to be itself.
Yeah.
It assumes itself to be that voice.
Yeah. And then it seems so real. Um, and the dimensionless doesn't need any getting to or knowing or any of that anyway. It's not even it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah. Like, how do you get to it? How do you leave it?
Right. Yeah.
Right? Try to turn it off right now.
Yeah.
Try to not be it.
Right.
The only trying would just be a thought, a bunch of
Hmm.
words thinking that they can somehow stop something that's effortlessly here.
Yeah. And then it gets personal because the thoughts believed that it's lost. Uh,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then it feels personal, and then it's like back on the hamster wheel to go get it again. And it's like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Right. Just chasing the dragon.
Totally.
Yeah. And that's okay. That's it too.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And there's no one there that needs to accept or allow. It's already being allowed.
Yeah. Yeah. That's an interesting point to feel into because it's obvious that getting identified and needing to solve this or go somewheres is allowed and not a problem. It's hard to say what depth it actually really has, but and at the same time, it sucks if you're in it, but that's very personal. Like, sucks personally, and
Yeah.
that feels challenging to the system. I don't know, to something
Right.
that it's not personal, but it obviously isn't.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and what we're doing in these sessions and with the work I share is just about creating a crack in the story. Because we've been so tunnel vision this whole time
Yeah.
through just on the train tracks of the thoughts going where they want to go.
Yep.
Right. But we're kind of, and it's not about getting to a perfect thought free space. That's just another carrot that the mind wants to chase.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're creating a little crack in the story and we're like exposing the system to this impersonal, effortless, whatever
Isness.
this
Yeah.
is happening,
Right.
life, the moment, right? Isness.
Yeah.
Can you find anything other than this?
No.
Yeah. There's nothing hiding on you.
Right. Right. The other special this that's supposed to be here at some point.
Yeah.
It is the um
Yeah.
yeah, I notice thoughts come and go. It's not an issue to this.
Right.
There's some sense of contraction and body. That's okay. Usually that's like a big deal. Like dive into the contraction in the body and do something to get there.
Yeah.
But it's nice to not, it's nice to just rest.
Because it's just the mind that imagines, or the thought patterns that imagine that there's somewhere else to go,
Yeah,
right? And just perpetuate this addiction of thinking and imagining and living in a reality that's not really happening.
right.
It's just happening in words and mental images,
Yeah,
right? It's happening in this kind of dreamland of mind and pictures and what if scenarios and the past and the personality.
yeah,
But what's right in front of you, right?
yeah.
What are you without the observer?
That's a nice question.
Yeah. It's just so direct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's similar. There's like a sense of softening or deepening or something into this. And then that kind of protest. But I noticed that that's doesn't matter really.
Yeah. And that's also it.
Yeah, that's also it. That feels nice because I don't know why it's like a spiritual guy is like a little kid demon hunting almost. Like I'm gonna
Yes.
make identification the demon.
Yes. Yes.
And
Right.
something about that just feels off
That,
to just say that that's it too is like, oh, okay. That's
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
It is nice because the mind wants to polarize everything.
Yeah.
But what's here that doesn't have an opposite?
Mhm.
It's already being fully allowed. It's already expressing just as it is. And there's no I that's behind it that's responsible.
Yeah. Right. There's no behind it.
Yeah. There's just this directness. There's just the immediacy of what is. Been hiding in plain sight this whole time.
Hmm. There's definitely that sense of always been this way,
Yeah.
but unnoticed.
Yeah. Don't give it a label. Don't try to understand it. It's not in the
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah.
Right? Just be it. You already are being it. Just taste it without that middleman of the mind.
Right. Funny how relieving it feels to not need to think or figure anything out.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, 30 years on a spiritual path, like you think the mind would have figured it out by now if there was something to figure out with all the
True.
resources we have in our modern world.
That's true. I've had some amazing people in my life, and yeah, nothing to figure out. It's funny because when you first said the next question, it was like the one reaction was sort of like, I don't know what I am without that. Like fundamentally, like I don't know what I am, but
Yeah.
I also don't know what life would be like without that question, or like trying to get somewheres and figure out because it started, as a kid,
Yeah.
and it's
But that's just the next as well.
yeah,
I don't know what life would be like. Well, what's it like
right,
right now without it?
right, yeah, it's just fine.
Yeah, right. Whether you speculate or imagine what it would be like or not, there's only this.
Yeah,
And whether those speculations are true or whether they're false, there's only this.
yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Funny how nourishing or like soothing that feels to like the one that thought he had to figure it out and get somewheres,
Yeah,
or the thinking.
yeah.
It feels like a nice gift to the body and thinking and life and
Yeah. And you are that gift already.
mm,
This is that gift, what you're in right now.
mm,
It's not about being worthy or healing karma or being spiritual, even,
right. Yeah,
right? This is
nice.
universal, right? You sense that this is must be the same in everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Has nothing to do with the person.
No, and I notice it includes and is everything already. So
Ah,
that's a fun one because I think the strong pattern was like to earn, to earn everything, but then to earn spirituality.
yeah. Like the mind wants to work for what it already has,
Right.
right? Just
Yeah.
making work for itself.
Yeah. It's funny because it's a genius way to not notice this.
Yeah.
Funny because it's this in a weird way. Like it seems like the same seeking is very comfortable right now in this. Uh, it's like, yes, this is nice. Thank you. This is what I was trying to bring you to. And so it's just backwards somehow.
Right.
So kind of very innocent.
Yeah. And so simple.
Yeah. It feels so complete, the simplicity, like doesn't need complication.
No, no. It's like, oh, I don't even want to think about it. That
Yeah.
muddies it. I don't even want to talk about it. There's nothing left to say. Yeah. So this is the end of seeking. Okay. Like the spiritual, there's nowhere left to land. Okay. For the mind, there's nothing left to claim, right? There's just the clear being of what is. And, and yeah, it can unfold in its own way, you know,
Yeah.
and just allow that. And yeah, I do recommend a follow-up call. And you're welcome to email me if you have any questions or you want to share an update.
Okay. Thank you. What do you recommend? Just feel it out for a follow-up call, or is there,
Yeah, I would
what do you,
suggest, I typically suggest within a week.
gotcha.
Yeah, I say like 5 to 10 days, but
Okay, cool.
a week is, yeah, try to keep it under a week is my suggestion.
All right, cool.
Yeah, because the mind might want to start making a story about coming out of the story and I got it, I lost it, or what, So
Yeah,
it just can be helpful when there's another person to kind of call out the beliefs, because that's really what we're doing is we're just clearing out some of the outdated programs.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I appreciate the support.
yeah.
Yeah. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Yeah, the one-on-ones really are the most effective, right? Because you're meeting the programming where it's at basically, rather than
Yeah,
just like reading it in a book or listening to videos constantly.
yeah,
It's like bypassing the mind
for
and just
sure. There's something to it because, yeah,
yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah, you're welcome.
Okie
So how's it
dokie.
been going, Tim? It's been a week, right?
Yeah. Um, our session was awesome. And along with a few other things that I participate in, um, for me, it takes a lot of support. Like, there's alcoholism and drug addiction issues in the past. Uh, and then the awakening thing uh, has been a struggle. And so but it was a very obvious deepening and clarity in our session. And then it was noticeable in this week uh, leading up to this. And the kind of the signature scent of a cool session is I don't remember anything. I remember being there and us talking, but I don't remember anything after I told my little spiritual story. And so I thought that was kind of neat. And but yeah, it's certainly a sense of deepening and clarity, and certain things come up, and so yeah, that's kind of where it's at, and it's really good to meet with you. It seems like regular connection with people coming from this space, so to speak, is just what the doctor ordered for me right now, and so good to be here.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
you're welcome. Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, there was a lot of silence in our session too.
Oh,
A
all
lot of
right, cool.
long pauses. So maybe that's why you don't remember so much.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I like to work. I'm feeling, I guess, called more and more to like work with the element of silence rather than talking so much about it. It's just kind of let the silence do the work because yeah, the talking about it can feel just muddying the
yeah. I get it.
waters sometimes. Yeah.
I get it. And I'm glad you said that because um, some part of the conditioning I think feels uncomfortable if I'm just silent. for periods of time, but there was also a sense that obviously Trina has no problem with that. But there was still like, well, if I'm just silent, like, is that a, I don't know, like wrong or a bad thing or, you know, and
Totally. Yeah, you're
so
right.
nice.
Yeah, we are kind of conditioned to want to fill the space, and especially with someone that you don't really know so well. And, uh, you're just kind of sitting in a quiet space with them. The mind can feel awkward or will want to chirp away just because it's not used to it.
Yeah. And I think too, in addition, um, the seeking energy, with how I've always been like deep diver, sounds like you were the same way. And it was always like, how do I get the most out of this, you know, like, and so sitting in silence feels like I'm supposed to be doing something to do something here, and it's obvious that I'm not in the moment, but the pattern is there.
Yeah. Yeah, because you were seeking for a while, right? Like it was multiple decades, if I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah, it's like almost 30 years at this point because it
Hmm.
started when I was young, um,
Yeah.
and the interesting part was the whole like having had some awakening experience and other people that I trust saying, yes, it might not be what you thought though. It might get hard, and having some years of that and then kind of seeking again in a different way. Um, and so our session kind of coincided with like kind of coming out of a long, dark period. Um, and so I'm really grateful for that and genuinely curious to explore and less like I need to get out of here energy and this needs to be different. But yeah, certain it's fun because I can listen to the recordings and kind of just groove along with them, and it's helpful. Uh, and then also just sitting around by myself. Uh, the identification as a separate someone still pretty strong, but and then the touching into what this really is, whatever that is, whatever I really am. There's more access. Words are tough, right? But um,
Hmm.
so at the same, but like in the presence of someone else, it seems a lot more accessible. And so that was an interesting belief that I saw come up was that like I don't know, I would say it almost is like I need to be around someone else like yourself to really have a trustworthy sense of what I am.
Yeah. And it definitely is helpful, like having a one-on-one or having someone point out to you like what it is that people are even talking about.
Mm.
Because sometimes it's not recognized a lot, you know. There's this kind of common belief in non-duality that once you see it, you can't unsee it, or you have a fundamental shift in how you experience yourself and you'll just know it when you see it. But for me, it wasn't really like that. Like
Mm.
it was, I mean, there were moments of like a spaciousness, a glance, but my mind was had still all of these expectations
Yeah.
about what like oh the what the veil dropping actually looked like I was going to be transported into some other dimension, right? Or I was going to experience myself as some all-knowing, universal
Yeah.
being or whatever, right? I would feel no pain. I would have, Trina. It's and so yeah, it's like a lot of the expectations and a lot of the teachings set the mind up for failure, and then it's
Hmm.
just looking for its imaginary story,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
having someone to like point that out is helpful initially. It is kind of like the training wheels because you do eventually realize that, yeah, there is nothing other than this. So even if it's appearing as a realization of no thought or no self, or it's appearing as being identified, it's all like it's all, you can't get out of it. The one that thought that there was something more was the illusion that we're seeing through. And so paradoxically, kind of seeing that helps to unwind all of the beliefs that were maintaining the suffering, that were maintaining
Hmm.
the story. And then eventually, in the story, sometimes it can take a while for that to
Right.
unwind. But like, yeah, don't wait for some sudden shift that changes everything and then you can't unsee it. Right. That's
Yep.
just another belief. And also but to take what you said even a little bit further, that there needs to be someone there like all the time, right? That
Right.
I can't do it myself or I need to get activation. That's just the mind kind of lowering itself and then revering like a guru or some kind of non-duality speaker. But
Yeah.
in the direct experience, I mean, it just becomes so obvious that it could be nothing other than equality.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing more special about anybody that has seen this than anybody else. It's just a fundamental truth of reality. It's not even spirituality. It's not even a belief. It's not even a philosophy. We can make a philosophy out of it, but it's just a
Right.
pointing out of what's always been here.
Yeah. It's so beyond words, and it's for what it's worth. It's interesting to notice that all of what we mentioned, and thanks, you very clear, nailed it on the head, kind of. It's all a story to like have that sense that this isn't it then, and I need to do something, and so that seeker energy stays kind of identified with, and it's all these beliefs, like like what you mentioned, whatever your laundry list of what this is supposed to be. It's like, well, it's not that, so I must have to seek, and then that's hard, right? And so
Yeah,
there's just seeing a lot of that, and in talking to you, it's a lot clearer that what I really am, natural reality, whatever we word it, is accessible by someone if they're around another someone, right? And that's just a story. It's very helpful and supportive, and also not limiting to where or dependent on that. And
exactly.
the other belief that came up strongly that I want to say for some reason is there's like thoughts you can consciously verbalize, and then what am I without that thought, right? And but there's a belief around these ingrained like beliefs that you don't even see, right? In the conditioning. And it's like, well, that's what the problem is then. And how do I uh, not have that obscure what's really here? And that's like its new belief and homework to achieve
Yes,
something.
exactly. It polarizes that which has no opposite, right? It
Yeah,
creates an object in the mind and then creates a story that there's something that's limiting it from being here, limiting it from shining or being realized.
yeah,
But this is not an object, right? This is not something that the mind can conceptualize. And when it does, it creates a duality. And that's
hmm,
why we go in between, right?
yeah,
What's in between thought and no thought. And so even when doubts and stuff arise in the mind about this, for me, there was plenty. It's like, well, yeah, fine, doubts can be there. Thoughts of doubt can be there. But what's here that is unaffected by those doubts?
yeah,
What's here regardless if there's doubts or no doubts, or if there's thoughts or no thoughts, right? The mind is
yeah,
constantly trying to put its stick in the mud and find something tangible, find something grounded that it can grasp onto and say, I've got it, because it hears this story of awakening and it thinks that it's this thing that it can attain. But what it's really pointing to is that which is here, that which is recognized most clearly when thoughts are just seen as thoughts, right?
yeah,
When the I is no longer assumed or imagined to be real.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
And so there's a freedom in that because it's already the case.
Yeah, already
Yeah.
and always like,
Always has been. Yeah. So what's there to seek for?
exactly. And it's funny because the same mind and identification of a separate someone all seems to relax and be here, but thinner. Um, so it's like this is what it was looking for, but it can never get to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not like kicked out of the club. Uh,
Right.
included.
It can never get to it, but it's also it as well.
Yeah, yeah, in a totally different way. Because why I like the story, the relaxing of the story. It's like what I think is a problem from the perspective of clarity is not a problem at all. And so all the resisting and trying to change it is pointless. Uh, it's made out of this and then appearing as this, and I there really isn't a knowing of what it is to even avoid it. And it's like that is so simple.
It is. It's just like the thought patterns they want to just create busy work, right?
Yeah, yeah,
They're just busy bodies.
yeah. And
And
it's
but they're just
innocent enough,
it is. It is.
right?
Of course it
And
is. I mean,
it's like,
it's the very thing that's keeping the illusion alive, right? And you could say in a sense that maybe this reality is that's what this reality is about. We're playing characters on this
yeah,
planet Earth, and we're having that experience being lived through us, being lived through
yeah,
whatever it is that's here. Yeah.
yeah,
And it's yeah, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it, like you said. But
right.
for those who do, like the very small percentages, there's a pretty niche topic, right?
Yeah,
Non-duality. And then within non-duality is just the directness, the
hmm,
conceptlessness, because a lot of us, we have these questions and then we get trapped in the non-duality Advaita philosophy and beliefs and the journey and the rabbit holes and all of that. But
been
for
there.
that kind of, yeah, same, yeah. It's wild, right? I talked to a
Hmm.
woman yesterday who she was a seeker like her whole life, and she worked at a bookstore or owned a bookstore, like a spiritual bookstore. And she's like, I have like walls full of books. I've done all like it took her like 25 minutes just to get through her story and tell me all about like
Hmm.
just all of the, rabbit holes she's gone down and books she's read. And
Hmm.
within 5 minutes, I think I asked her two questions and she was like, oh my God. Like, yeah, that's how simple it is.
Yeah, yeah,
Right. But it's innocence at the same time. It's all innocence.
yeah. It really is.
Yeah. So for the very small, select few people in this world, at least at this period of time that we're in now, that really want to clear up, this is what I've seen to be the best non-duality technology,
Right.
right? It's just a one-on-one, having someone meet you where it's at and just kind of just point out directly what's here, let the beliefs come up, let the
Yeah,
stories be seen for what they are, which is just stories,
yeah,
and then life goes on.
yeah,
It does, but more sober, a more
yeah,
sober life,
for sure.
a more simple life, right? A life that's not like contain containing a mind that's trying to hoard concepts. Right? It's like a flow,
Flow,
you know?
flow. That feels very accurate.
Yeah. It is a mystery though, it straight up you can say for the mind it's a mystery. It's magical. There's another way of describing this world. I don't know
Hmm.
how any of this is happening. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why this
100%.
is here. There's no answer,
No,
right? But take away the questions and it's like you become that.
that feels so whole and natural, like a little kid, just in awe and mystery, but appreciating that.
Yeah. Yeah, many people say I mean, myself included, like, remember feeling this
Yeah.
when we were children, like this kind of home feeling, everythingness,
Hmm.
sense of just a natural being, natural response to the environment,
Yeah. Yep.
just shining your light in your own unique way, not trying to be authentic or anything like that.
Right.
You just are, right? Like a bird doesn't need to learn how to be a bird,
Right.
right? And it's like that with everything except humans. We have this distorted take on the world because everything's being filtered through our conditioning.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a limitation in that, right? There's a bondage in that.
Big time. I think everyone's a little different, but it's like hell for me. The identification only, like,
Yeah.
and but it's interesting how that can be included, and then it's more of like a play and a exploration since this experience is here to like play the character, and then it's like, oh, okay, that's wonderfully different. Like in that sense, I appreciate it. Even
Mm.
sadness or the different experiences, but the identification so painful. It's in that it's like it seems like the seems like it has to go away or change or um, and I have to do it. Like it's so convincing. It's crazy.
It is. It is. Right. And then we go 5 years, 10 years trying to undo our conditioning, but then just tangling up another ball of conditioning and identity. A more sattvic ball, though, right?
Right.
A more
Yeah.
sacred, calm, spiritual ball,
Hmm.
right? But a ball just the same that's always going to the next.
Yeah. Yeah. To the next.
Yeah. And so, yeah, if there's still, the experience of identification that happens, if there's still thoughts, all of that, it's like, it's all it. Like the mind might want to use that as a gauge to judge, oh, I'm not making progress, or where am I going to get there? Or, I had that initially,
It
right?
does. Yeah.
Yeah, like, okay, well, I still have thoughts. Okay, there's still an experience of a self here. It's like kind of the mind goes unconscious for a little bit, but then can even get sucked down another, you know, story challenge
Hmm.
that it's imagining. But kind of over time, it really thins out because the belief is not so strong anymore. And there can even be this like
Yeah.
you know, correcting thing. Like, okay, you're having an argument with someone in your head, for instance, and then there can be like, oh, wait, what am I doing? And
Yeah.
then it just kind of opens again.
Hmm. Yeah. I've been noticing that in mild ways, but nice, sober ways, and also like the sense of character and separation. Like when there's openness and clarity, it's like it is relieved and appreciates that. And then if there's identification, it's instantly like this is the problem and this can't be it, and then that gets sticky. And so I have been seeing a lot of that, and
Yeah. Like the mind will want to turn it into a problem,
Yeah.
and it will say, oh, yesterday I had, this situation where I got triggered and da 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 da. And okay, I got to make sure that doesn't happen. We had this moment of clarity with Trina. We got to hang on to that now. We don't want to lose it, right? We finally got here after 30 years and now you're losing it or whatever.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
but it's not about the mind will always want to work something out
Sure
just to
does.
keep thinking, just to
Yeah.
stay in its imaginary world that there's, we could say there can feel like there's some momentum behind that story. It's
Yeah.
impersonal momentum. There's no I
Yeah.
there. There's no evil mind there that actually wants to keep thinking. We say it like
Right.
that, the mind will want to, but of course, it's just it's just energy. It's just programs. Um, and so eventually with the seeking and the what were they saying about the momentum? Yeah, so it will want to make a story about coming out of the story, basically.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and
Exactly.
so and so with that, it's like the secret is not to it's like to not give that any relevance. And that's why one of the big pointers is just like, what are you without language?
Yeah.
Right? Like without language, where's the problem?
Yeah.
Without the past and the future, where's the problem? And it just drops it. Not because you
Yeah.
figured something out and you got closure and you came to some final correct strategy,
Exactly.
but you
Yeah.
just, you know, not real, made up, not worth my time.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's happening on its own more. And,
Yeah.
but on its own, it's very noticeable that, wow, like, cool. It's very obvious, like, I don't have to do it. Like, a separate person, controller, manager. Uh, and ironically, that sense of separation and everything that goes with it relaxes. It's like, yes, like, thank you. But it was trying to like help you in a way, like in its best way, but it hurts. And the but certainly making it's like it innocently grabs on to anything to retain that sense of being like center that everything revolves around.
Yeah.
The one that came up as you were talking that's been coming up is the impersonalness. I'm glad you mentioned that because it's funny how impersonal the personalness is. Like the sense of personal is not is impersonal, but also the
Yeah.
touching in.
Yeah. I like that.
Isn't it? It's weird.
It's impersonal, but it imagines itself to be personal. It creates
Yeah,
this
very.
structure of personhood through an impersonal just play of patterns.
Yep. And I'm just giving it language. Like it doesn't like impersonal. Like so, there's well, the patterns playing out is impersonal. Doesn't like that. Uh, and then when there's a real lived sense of what this is and what I am, like to whatever degree that is, there's like, but a true sense that feels very impersonal and free and welcome. And simultaneously, the patterning is like, I don't like impersonal, is like that, like, is sacrilegious or something.
Yeah.
It's very threatened by that. Like,
Yeah. because so much of those thought patterns are seeking for specialness,
Yeah,
which is bondage, though. And it
big time.
imagines that, oh, I'm going to be special. I'm going to, but that
Yeah,
comes with complications. I mean, you
I
never
know those
actually
well.
reach, right? I mean, look at some of the most famous people in the world who are, what we would say special or powerful. I
Yeah,
would assume most of them are quite miserable, right? Because
yeah.
they're so, it's like they've reached kind of the height, the peak of what the ego wants, right? Power,
Hmm.
fame, money, notoriety, contacts. Are they happy though? Are these world leaders
Right,
happy?
right.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Right? And so
Maybe
it's
distracted at times.
oh yeah, just completely unconscious, right?
Hmm.
Just living in this story, but the mind like feeds off that, right? It wants that
Yeah,
specialness, but it's bondage. And so you take away that, even just don't refer to that temporarily. And it is just an ordinary, equal, neutral, impersonal beingness that we all are at our core.
yeah,
Nothing special about it, but it's just so amazing at the same time. Like it's freedom at the same time to not be special,
yeah. It
right?
is.
Because special is like a comparison,
Yep,
right? It's an imaginary hierarchical structure.
big time. And it's funny because specialness, it's like in my story, I'm just kind of giving meaning, I think, but it's like the specialness is the antidote for not feeling the freedom. And in the freedom, nothing's special. But it started at a young age where it was like sort of failed at all the family expectations and societal as I got like in my older teens. But I discovered seeking and spirituality, and it was like, well, this is my trump card. If I can be special, like a awakened being, or I don't even know what I thought really, but
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that. And so it was very important to be special to finally, and so that's been really strong here and a lot of suffering and
yeah,
yeah, the actual sense of letting that go feels so welcome. Like,
yeah.
holy
Good.
freaking Luya.
That's that's good. Yeah, some people can their the minds can really fight it, but it's yeah, you're like 30 years, I'm done. Right? Because it can be horrifying to the ego
Yeah.
to realize that its journey towards specialness was, yeah, an enlightenment. I think we all have that to a certain
Hmm.
extent, whether it's like just wanting to be free of suffering or wanting to know some ultimate truth or wanting to be our highest version,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, all those. Yeah.
Yeah. So this really dissolves the reality of that and dissolves the reality of the one that was seeking that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you just kind of fall back into what can't be fallen out of, this magic that's just effortlessly, harmoniously alive.
Mm. Beautifully put.
Yeah.
Feeling that.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it's a
Hmm.
miracle. But even that's a thought.
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
But
it's a miracle to the mind. We're going to talk about it.
yeah, funny words too. It's funny, like seeing how bound up you can get, but then how free. word use can be. I think you've said it before too. Once it doesn't matter, it's one of those oxymoron things. So the words, I don't know, like there's a freedom to play with the words
Yeah.
because they can't.
It doesn't change what you are, doesn't change anything.
Yeah,
It's totally fine. Even if you want to go and imagine things, do whatever. It doesn't actually, it's just the freedom for all of that, right? This isn't even morality. It
no,
it's just it's conceptless. It's just spacious acceptance. Everything's already being accepted, right?
yeah, already. Before you can even think about it or notice
Yeah.
it, it's
Yeah.
already.
Yeah. And this is the unconditional love
Yeah,
that you are, right? This space for everything, not unconditional love from some other being
right.
or something higher than you. Can you find something higher than this space of being right now?
No, it doesn't even really make sense, like when you ask it. Um, it's funny to notice how just nothing is needed.
Yeah. Not in the words, right? It's not in the understanding,
No,
not earned.
not her. Not much protest coming up right now to that. Normally, it wants to earn it
Yeah.
to be special.
Yeah. But if you take away the next, what's there to earn,
Yeah,
right? What's there to be special? Without the timeline, without reference to a timeline, what does special even mean?
yeah. The need is just gone too. It's the fulfillment is what was longed for. The specialness obscures that, and it's
Yeah. 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 There's nothing to wait for.
Yeah.
And that's the relief, really. It's the waiting for it was creating the agitation, but we're all
Oh.
just seeking that relief,
Yeah.
you know? But it's right here.
Funny that the momentum seems so innocent right now to identify, but it's funny because it makes itself a problem. Like, and then that needs to be fixed, and then it's back on the race again. It's like kind of bonkers how it just,
Right? It's like it's talking to itself, thoughts talking
yeah,
to thoughts, trying to get to another thought, thinking about a story that's not actually how it is.
right. And that's where it goes beyond words because on one hand, the story once is obscuring what's just naturally here, but turning the story into a problem, like the things it's talking to itself, and it's like, cool, I can keep seeking this way.
Yeah,
So it's like,
yeah,
there's nothing I can do with that.
exactly. And there's no you to do anything about it,
Yeah,
right? So the very premise of the thought patterns of the narrative based thinking is about defending and keeping safe an I that's not real. So it can feel like, oh, it's trying to help, it's trying to help me. It wants what's best for me, but what's me,
yeah,
right? It hides behind this illusion of a me that it's keeping safe to justify, right? It's
sure.
continuous narratives.
Yep,
Mhm.
it's bizarre. Whatever that is a incredible. It sucks at times, but it reminds me
Yeah.
like the thought belief seeking. Like I don't have a sphere in my hand, but if I stop, you don't see the sphere. But it's like it really seems like there's something there as long as that thought belief narrative's going.
It does, yeah. Yeah, there's this just this false assumption in the narrative based thinking because it says I,
Yeah,
and that's just how we talk. That's how language is formulated,
yeah,
right? But you're right, it is. It's kind of just like it always in the periphery. When
yeah.
you
It
actually
is.
look for it,
Uh huh. I was like right now the sense of I, like the letter, the word. It feels like an object, but in this experience, I seems to point to something boundless, indescribable, not object.
mm-hmm.
And that separate I can't actually be found in any way, but it's like,
And
belief,
so
like that should
what are you,
equal.
sorry, say that again?
The belief is just seeing that should equal something profound, right? Or some amazing.
Yeah. Well, what are you even without the word I?
Yeah, it's indescribable,
Yeah.
but doesn't need to be described either. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, it's like just this centerless everythingness.
yeah,
And then the mind concepts like, oh, the big I, the little I, the self capital S, the self lowercase s.
right.
But all of that is just more come back into my world of thinking. Right?
Yeah. Yes. Yep. And that's in this moment that's seen as it doesn't obscure this.
Yeah,
It is
good.
this just appearing. The pattern is like we were talking about. It makes itself a problem to keep going. To
It does.
I need to go away so you can see it. We can get there. And it's just funny because it's true and it's not true. It's
Exactly. Exactly. It's like you can't, this is like just such a hard, I find it quite fun of a topic to speak
yeah,
about because but it's so
yeah.
paradoxical. It's like anytime you say something, you have to be like, yeah, but then that's actually not true too. From another angle, that's not really it.
yeah,
Right? Because it's
yeah,
non-conceptual.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But it's this truth that can't be hidden. Not the concept of truth, but just the most obvious only thing that's happening.
Right.
Nothing
Yeah.
else. Even the imagining of something else is it too.
Right.
Yeah. But not in the way we think, not in the way we orient to it.
Exactly. That's the that's the rub, so to speak. Is like it's made out of this, but when it's believed to be not this, then it's an issue.
Yes. Yes.
But even that's not an issue when there's a sense of what you really are. Like, oh, like,
Exactly.
uh,
Yeah. Language really fails us with this. So just take away the language and here it is, right?
yeah,
Everyone's trying to find the ineffable. Just take away the language. Here it
yeah,
is.
the words were so important in so many different ways, like honesty or emotions or therapy or 12-step work, and to some degree there's value in that, but it just became so important that it's very welcome but like resisted at the same time to like dethrone. But the words, like with what you do and what I can sense when it's a surrender to them ever capturing anything accurately, but you can have fun trying.
Yeah.
There's a looseness to that that the words then have their playtime, and
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be so serious.
exactly. Yeah, the words have their place for sure. I mean, I
Mhm.
love talking. It's one of the fun parts of life, like how we
Yeah,
relate to one another and build connections, do business,
yeah,
move around, learn things. It's fun. It's
yeah,
enriching, right?
hmm,
But they have limitations as well. And not
yeah,
everything is defined, can be defined through them. And that makes
yeah,
sense too. That makes sense that the kind of this realization is something that's not for the mind, that there's things in this reality that are not for the mind.
yep. And it really feels, my mind had a story, of course, that's not good, uh, for all these reasons. Uh, but yet, in the direct experience of it, it's like, thank you. Like, like I'm relieved. Like, I don't know. Like, if you put me in charge of NASA for a launch and I'm stressed out, and then you're relieved. Like, that's not actually your job. You're incapable of doing that. So you can just go relax and watch.
Yeah.
That's how the mind feels in actual experience. It's like, oh, thank God. Like,
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it.
in
Like it's in over its head.
over its head. And that's how my life, the heaviness and seriousness of the spiritual journey, and then the alcoholism and AA, like that is a beautiful thing. But the heaviness and the seriousness and the specialness, like just feeling a glimpse of that loosening is like a blessing for sure. Or
Yeah. Yeah. Such a relief. Yeah. And the simplicity of it, it just cannot
yeah,
be overstated.
mm,
Mhm. Well, I'm so happy that you're doing so well and that you took to this in a, yeah, really clear
yeah,
way.
yeah. Me too. I really appreciate what you do.
Yeah. Yeah, my pleasure.